Chile, a country located in the southwest of South America, is one of the most uniquely shaped countries in the world. With a length of more than 6,400 kilometers along the Pacific coast, but an average width of only about 100 kilometers, Chile looks like a slender ribbon hugging the western edge of the South American continent. It is this unique shape that makes the country a convergence of every possible terrain on Earth, from dry deserts, eternal snow and ice, dense forests, plains to active volcanoes. The nature in Chile is both majestic, harsh, and strangely mysterious. This country owns more than 1,900 volcanoes, of which about 90 are still active, creating a spectacular landscape, but also posing many potential dangers. The country was once shaken by the strongest earthquake ever recorded in human history, the 1960 Valdivia earthquake, with a magnitude of 9.5 on the Richter scale, causing the whole planet to tremble. However, it is also from these natural challenges that Chileans have developed a strong spirit of resilience, discipline, and adaptation, a trait that the world admires. With an area of about 756,000 kilometers and a population of more than 20 million people, Chile has a low population density, but is mostly concentrated in the central region, especially the capital Santiago, home to more than 6 million people. This is the political, economic, and cultural center of the country, and is also one of the most modern and developed cities in South America. What makes Chile different is not only the terrain or nature, but also the diversity of climate. In the north is the Atacama Desert, the driest place in the world, with areas that have not had a drop of rain for hundreds of years. While in the south is Patagonia, a cold, wild land with glaciers, lakes, and snow-capped mountains all year round. It is this contrast that creates a dramatic natural picture, making Chile known as the land of 4 seasons in one day. From the scorching desert to the icy peaks of the Andes, from the long coastline to the remote islands in the middle of the ocean, Chile is not just a narrow strip of land on the map, but a miniature planet where nature, people, and time blend together in vibrant beauty. Chile is a unique blend of European blood and South American indigenous spirit. About 95% of the population is of mixed European and indigenous descent, mainly descendants of the 16th century Spanish immigrants, while the remaining 5% are Mapuche, Aymara, and other small groups. This blend has created a rich and multi-layered cultural identity, both elegant and modern European, while still retaining the wild, liberal, and natural spirit of the indigenous people. Chileans are famous for their discipline, diligence, and resilience, shaped by the country's harsh living environment. In the countryside, the image of children waking up at 5-6 a.m. and walking kilometers to school is very familiar. Although life is still difficult, their studious spirit and will to succeed are always a source of national pride. From a young age, Chileans are taught to respect work, love their homeland, and believe in the value of hard work, which is also the foundation that helps them become one of the most stable and developed nations in South America. Spanish is the official language, but Chileans speak it with a very unique, fast, and emotional intonation, reflecting the open and lively character of this nation. Despite the deep influence of Spain, Chilean culture still retains its own unique features through cuisine, music, the traditional cueca dance, and bustling festivals throughout the year, where people sing, dance, and drink wine in a friendly, harmonious atmosphere. Chile is also admired by the world for its brilliant literary tradition. This is one of the few South American countries to have 2 writers who won the Nobel Prize for Literature: Gabriela Mistral, 1945, the first Latin American woman to win the Nobel, and Pablo Neruda, 1971, the poet of love and revolution. Their poetry is not only a source of national pride, but also a symbol of the deep, romantic, and emotional soul of the Chilean people. Therefore, Chile is not only a land of mountains and deserts, but also a land of poets, where every person carries in their heart a song of freedom, love, and a strong belief in life. Chile is known as the end of the world because of its particularly long and narrow shape, stretching more than 4,300 kilometers from north to south, but only about 100 kilometers wide. In that territory, Chilean nature converges all extremes, from the driest desert on the planet to the eternal ice and snow in Antarctica, making this country a giant natural museum of the Earth. Northern Chile is the Atacama Desert, where people can feel absolute silence and aridity. There are areas here that have not recorded a single drop of rain for hundreds of years. The sky is always clear, almost cloudless, making Atacama one of the best astronomical observation points in the world, home to a series of giant telescopes of international research centers. In the middle of that desolate land, Valle de la Luna emerges as a natural wonder. With its terrain eroded by wind and sand over millions of years, its surface looks exactly like an alien planet. That is why NASA chose this place to test Mars robots before launching them to the real red planet. Chile is also a land of volcanoes, with more than 2,900, of which 80-90 are still active. Along the majestic Andes, volcanoes such as Villarrica, Lima, or Osorno are both a potential threat and a spectacular sight when they smoke and erupt in a white snow cover. This geological system makes Chile one of the most seismically active countries on the planet, and is also home to many rare minerals, especially copper, which plays a key role in the economy. Not only arid or rugged, Chile's nature is full of life. The southern coast is home to penguins, seals, blue whales, and countless seabirds. Many areas have been designated as global ecological reserves, attracting nature lovers and photographers from all over the world. It can be said that Chile's nature is a harmony between the harsh and the magical, where people not only conquer, but also learn to respect and live in harmony with the primal power of the earth. Chile is not only famous for its majestic nature, but also one of the most developed and stable economies in South America. Thanks to transparent financial management, effective resource exploitation, and open trade policies, Chile is known as the economic dragon of South America. In particular, two areas that play a pivotal role are wine and tourism, cultural and economic symbols of this country. Chile is among the top 5 wine-producing countries in the world, comparable to France, Italy, Spain, and the United States. With a Mediterranean climate and terrain stretching from desert to high mountains, this country possesses perfect conditions for growing grapes. Famous wine-growing regions such as Maipo, Colchagua, and Casablanca have created exquisite bottles of wine, exported to more than 150 countries. More interestingly, in Chile there are some vineyards located near volcanoes, where minerals in the soil create a unique wine flavor that cannot be found anywhere else. Tourism is another key factor that makes Chile a dream destination for global travelers. In the coastal city of Algarrobo, Chile owns the San Alfonso del Mar artificial swimming pool, once recognized by Guinness World Records as the largest in the world. More than 80,000 meters wide, containing up to 66 million gallons of crystal clear seawater. In the capital Santiago, the 300-meter-high Gran Torre Santiago Tower, towering in the middle of the modern financial center, is the tallest building in South America, symbolizing the dynamic development of this country. But Chile is not only attractive because of man-made structures. The night sky of the Atacama Desert is the most valuable asset. Thanks to dry air, high altitude, and almost no light pollution, this place has become the planet's stargazing paradise. More than 40 international observatories are located here, including ALMA, the world's largest radio telescope, a collaboration between Europe, North America, and East Asia. The combination of magical nature, modern technology, and unique culture has turned Chile into one of the most livable and explorable countries in South America, where people can both watch the stars and enjoy wine. Between the boundary of Earth and sky, lying alone in the Pacific Ocean, more than 3,500 km from the mainland of Chile, Easter Island, or Rapa Nui in the native language, is considered one of the most remote inhabited lands in the world. This place is not only a remote part of Chile, but also a giant open-air museum, preserving mysteries that have never been fully solved for thousands of years. On the small island of just over 160 kilometers, there are nearly 900 Moai stone statues, giant, silent faces, standing silently facing the ocean as if guarding the souls of ancestors. Each statue is on average 4 to 10 meters high, weighs up to 145 tons, and is carved from volcanic rock typical of the island. What has puzzled scientists for centuries is how ancient people could move and erect these giant stone blocks, while they had no metal tools, no wheels, and no draft animals. Some theories suggest that the Rapa Nui used ropes to control the statues by swinging them back and forth like walking, while others believe that they built the statues first and then carved them. Whichever answer is correct, the Moai remain a symbol of talent, ancestral respect, and timeless creativity. However, the civilization that built these great monuments mysteriously collapsed. Studies suggest that the Rapa Nui exhausted their natural resources, in particular, cutting down entire palm forests to build and transport the statues. As the trees disappeared, the land eroded, crops failed, wars and diseases broke out, leading to the decline of the once prosperous civilization. The name Easter Island was born when Dutch explorer Jacob Roggeveen discovered the island on Easter Day in 1722. In 1888, Chile officially annexed Rapa Nui, making it part of the national territory, and gradually turning it into the country's most famous cultural and tourist symbol. Today, Easter Island is not only an archaeological wonder, but also a symbol of humanity's awakening, about the power and limits of humans before nature. In the middle of the vast ocean, the Moai stone faces still stand there, looking back at the glorious past of their ancestors, while silently reminding the world of the survival lesson of a lost civilization. Chile, a long, narrow strip of land running along the southwest coast of South America, is considered a land of opposites, where harsh nature and poetic beauty blend into a unique symphony. Nowhere else on the planet can you experience the world's driest desert, erupting volcanoes, the snow-capped Andes, and icy beaches overlooking the Pacific Ocean. From the Atacama Desert, where humans have almost reached Mars, to Patagonia, a land of ice, snow, and wind, Chile is a testament to the enduring power of nature and man. Having lived in harsh conditions for thousands of years, the Chilean people have created a strong and profound cultural identity, where resilience and national pride always shine. Not only is Chile a land of wine and poetry, it is also home to eternal mysteries, such as Easter Island with its silent Moai statues in the vast sea and sky, a symbol of the wisdom and mystery of humanity. Today, Chile has grown into a modern, sustainable country, but still retains at its heart the wild spirit of nature and the glorious past of ancient civilizations. From the starry skies of the Atacama, the snowy mountains of the Andes, to the endless blue sea of the Pacific, Chile deserves to be called a paradise of nature and human curiosity.